note on tuning, first of all, we're in drop D, which is standard tuning, with the low E, drop down a whole step to D. So you get nice big fat power chord like that. This is I think it's a 5 and a bit minute long song, so it's quite long, and it seems like there's a lot of intricacy there, but there's really 3 core ideas, just with little ornamentations and details thrown in. So I'll show you those 3 ideas, and then I'll show you the little ornamentations that you need to add to that to put the whole thing together. The first thing that you hear is, of course, this, which is really straightforward, just a G note at the 12th fret of the G string, bend slightly and let go. And then on to the first of the 3 kind of main ideas that we've got going on here, which is the verse. So it goes like this. And this just loops around. So it's the same chord shape that we're just sliding around here, and it's a sus2 chord. So here for this is the first one. This is a D sus2. I'm just barring across the 12th fret on the lower 3 strings, and then I'm adding a bar with my little finger on the 16th fret. If you wanted to, you could do that with individual fingers as well, but I find it gets quite awkward, particularly up this far on the neck. That sus2, incidentally, it's basically a 9 chord. So there's a D major 9. It's a 9 without a 3. So we're going from D at the 12th fret down to B at the 9th, and then back up again to C at the 10th fret. Same shape the whole time. If you're used to playing heavy rock and metal, you might be tempted to make that very staccato. It's not. There's a little bit of it is a palm mute, but not a very aggressive one. So you do get a little bit of ring between the chords. The whole thing's got this kind of fuzzy, quite loose feel to it. So just don't be too aggressive in cutting those notes off. Then the first of a couple of little details that take place in this is this. So straightforward enough for it to be in the G string here on the 14th fret. So another detail with that is we've actually got 2 distinct guitar parts on this track. I say distinct, actually most of the time they're playing the same thing, but they occasionally diverge. This is one of those places, so on one side and on the other. So this is just a natural harmonic played at the 7th fret. And with a bit more distortion, I've got the distortion turned down here so that you can hear what's going on better. With a bit more distortion, that rings out a lot more than that. The other little detail that we have here is basically a turnaround at the end of each verse, which goes something like this. And there's a higher octave version on the other channel like this. So let's start down here. We're starting with an open A, and then I recommend leading with your middle finger so that you've got your index finger ready to come back here. It's an easier shift. So with our middle finger on the A string, slide from 5 to 7, and then with your index finger from side 5 to 7 again on the D string. Then up here with the little finger, still on the D string at the 12th fret, and we come down from 12 to 11 and 10th fret, sorry, 9th fret on the A string. And then, as I say, the other channel, the other speaker, if you like, is playing the same idea, just an octave higher, and this time we're starting on an open D. So 12 to 14 on the D, 12 to 14 again on the G string, and then 15th frets on the B string, down to the 14th fret, and we're ending on the 16th fret on the D string. The chorus, this is where I say the being aware of that, of the accent on that 3 pulse, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, comes in useful because it's quite easy to get lost. So the beginning of the chorus, we have this. So the chord here, we're barring the lower 3 strings with our index finger, and then we've got the 4th fret, and then we've got the 6th fret on the G string, and we're leaving the B and the E strings open. And then we just move our index finger, leave the little finger where it is, move the index finger up to the 5th fret. Same thing, otherwise we've still got the open B and E. So you get this lovely kind of dissonant tension. And then the other side of this is, I'll show you the whole thing first. So notice we've got this low D string droning the whole time, and then we're moving chord, mostly the same chord shape around. It's actually not even a chord, it's only 2 notes, I guess a dyad. So we start with this one, middle finger on the 10th fret of the A string, first finger on the 9th fret of the G. Then slightly different shape, we come down starting on the 9th fret and on the 7th fret on the G. So, but now we go back to that first shape, we're just going to move it up so that our middle finger is on the 12th fret. Then move it down so that our middle finger is on the 7th fret. Up so that it's on the 10th, and then down again so it's on the 5th. So altogether it's just with this low D ringing. Incidentally, you could leave the other D open if you wanted to. I find that I tend to mute it, but you could have them both open as well if you wanted to. So that's the chorus really, and that serves to form the basis of the clean kind of breakdown section that comes after that. It's really the same chords, just played gently and clean, or cleanish. So you already know what you need to know for that part. There's a little kind of almost a lead part, I guess. It goes like that. But really, that's the essence of it. So that just leaves the outro section, which goes like this. So again, it's mostly the same chord shape that we're just sliding around. We're starting here, we're barring on the 6th fret on the lower 3 strings. We've got our little finger on the G string at the 8th fret, and the next finger on the 7th fret of the B. So you get this. You could leave that E in there if you wanted. There's some very nice dissonance in there. Sliding exactly the same shape down, so now our index finger's barring across the 4th fret. Back to where we came from on the 6th. So next we're just going to move the index finger and keep these two where they are. So this index finger sliding up from the 6th to the 7th fret. Whoops. Then up to our index finger on the 11th fret, same shape as before. And then bring it down, slightly different shape now, barring across the 7th fret, and we're going to use the 8th fret on the G string, with the B and the G open. So I can move my hand so that you can see that properly. And we kind of do I do an upstroke chime. Something like that. So altogether we've got